This is Cristoph. You're here with Neon Owl on Groove Cruise.
So, how's it going? You completely crushed it on the decks at the Aqua Theater. How's your first Groove Cruise going so far?
Like typical travel for me, the stress leading up to it to get on the boat. Honestly, I've got the worst luck. So flight was delayed. Then you come in. I don't know if you've seen Miami Airport today because of the weather.
Yeah.
It's like down to one runway. So we went into land, couldn't. So we went into a holding pattern, as you do. Then we got landed, and then we were like in an hour traffic jam of aeroplanes in the airport.
Yeah.
And then we got there, and obviously we had the artist meeting at 2, and it was 2 p.m. and I was still on the plane. I was like,
oh, you were still on the plane. Okay. Oh,
luckily
crap.
enough, I kind of knew that it wasn't like leaving until a little bit later.
Yeah.
So the stress levels weren't as bad as what they would have been if I thought I needed to be on the boat by 2. But we got here, and
Right before your set, literally?
literally ran in, got my USBs out the bag, and because you fly with like hand luggage, dumped that in the room, and then just like ran straight down to the set. Yeah, like haven't had time to.
You didn't look like you were sweating. You
showered.
looked fine.
Oh, I am. Like I can feel it underneath the t-shirt. Like trust me, it's like stinking. But yeah. But no, it's. I mean, I mentioned before that the interview started. I got there. I don't know what to expect on these for someone from not only the UK but the northern part of the UK. This is very uncharted territory, and you just haven't got a clue what's going to go on. And then there's like 5,000-6,000 people on this boat ready just to go absolutely nuts for 5 days, and there's people running around with like the bubble guns and I mean,
and
I've
everything.
just stepped into like
You've
an
just
adult
seen a little
playground.
bit.
Yeah,
The tip of the iceberg. Once
Yeah.
we set sail, you're gonna see a
good.
whole
Like
lot
good job.
more.
I've got some good friends here who them have pre-warned me as such. So yeah, I am fully prepared. But I mean, it's great. I mean, it was great to be there. It's great to do that. The show's great to warm up for Eric again and stuff like that. And you know, it is like an honor to be on such a prestigious kind of boat festival, whatever it's classed as.
Yeah. What is the thing you are either most excited for or nervous about for the next 4 days?
I'm excited to see exactly what it is all about because I've heard so many good things about it. So yeah, that and it's the anticipation. I don't like. There's no nerves or like. I get nervous for sets, obviously, but nerves, worry about it. I don't know.
You still get
I mean,
nervous
do we go
for
for the
sets?
Bermuda Triangle? Is that the thing? Like,
TBD,
maybe that.
I
I'll just say
don't know,
that then. Yeah.
TBD, depending on how the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
Apparently, like.
The compass starts spinning around and the boat gets lost. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be fine though.
So since we're on the topic of groove cruising, we're here on a boat. If you were the captain of the ship, where would we sail? Anywhere in the world.
For me personally, I really want to see Bora Bora.
Okay.
It looks amazing. I am into these kind of more relaxing, picturesque type of islands areas in the world. Like you don't get to see enough. And I'm not someone who really explores while on tour, so maybe I need to start doing a bit more of that to give it more like a different answer type of thing. But just some of those kind of relaxing blue waters and nice like golden sand beaches, like they really do attract me to them. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you were stuck on a deserted island, what 3 items would you bring? We only have a few of these.
Yeah. Let's have a think.
Your USB.
No. All my music's shit, so. I'm sure I got asked this a while ago, and I can't remember what
Maybe it's
maybe
different today.
when I was actually not being a lazy little shit, it would have been something to do with the gym, but I just
Okay.
can't get motivated to go. I seem to be heavily into just watching sport and being lazy at this moment in time, so. But again, you're going to see you can't have like some sort of technology thing like a phone, or you can't have a TV. No, there's some good books out there. Like there's one which is Superstar DJ. Here we go, and I remember starting that a few years ago, and I've never finished it. And it's all about different stories about DJs' lives and stuff. So maybe that book, a picture of those who are really close to us and stuff like that, and a football, like a soccer ball to kick about. Yeah, when I got bored. Yeah.
And then last Groove Cruise related question is, since there's all these themes, what theme would you like to see on the boat?
Jeez. I really don't know because, like, no, Americans just blow themes out of the water. It's just like, I don't, honestly, I just got on it.
He's like, I suck at this.
Yeah, I really do. Like,
We're boring.
like we see like a Barbie and Ken party and we're like, oh, that was wicked, that. And then you just come here and everyone's got different colours for the year that they've been on and stuff like that. I'm really bad at this, to be honest with you. I'll just say Barbie and Ken.
Barbie and Ken. Okay,
yeah.
all right, cool.
On to your music. Congrats on your Facet 4.
Thank you, mate.
I've read a lot of great reviews on Reddit, online communities, and a lot of people were saying they like every single one of them. And
Yeah.
also, I've seen a lot of comments saying that you always tell a story.
Yeah.
How or what kind of influences or inspirations you get, whether it be place or person, and how do you translate that into your music?
I try and so I look at it. It's a business, right? Like you write from your heart. I always tell people to write your story from an internal experience or something that you're witnessing. Like it's a lot easier with the progressive and the melodic music to kind of tell a story musically. So like you can sit on a train or like a long flight and you can get some sort of inspiration from that. But I also try and make it a bit more of a personal feeling. So when I sit in the studio, it's kind of something I've experienced that week, or I touch on base on like a happy moment in my life or a sad moment, whatever, whatever I'm feeling at that time. But I also always love what I call USPs, which is a unique selling point. And I always feel if you've got a story to tell with the record or with the EP or with anything to do with that, like if it's a run of shows or anything, like I find it touches the consumer's point of view a lot more than just releasing a record and it just being meaningless type of thing. Like I always like someone to be like, so what's that about and everything like that. And from the very like the moment I started releasing music, every record at the start was named after a member of my family or a very close friend, and then it went from there. And then different words and like even 8-Track, which came out on Knee Deep in Sound, that was every single song title was a feeling which I've had within the music industry as I'm coming through. And it's just, that's what I try and tell, like it's I feel like if you can sell that to someone, then people are going to pay more interest in you because it's very intriguing. I read things and I'm like, oh, like I'm interested in this guy. I might never listen to his music, but I'm reading a story on someone and he's writing from his heart, from a personal experience and everything like that. It makes you want to like actually go to Spotify and listen to his music. Maybe that's just me. I don't quite know, but it's just like my thought process through it all.
Oh yeah, that's amazing to hear. And another thing, what I noticed online is a lot of people love your open to close on tours.
So good. I want to go to New York.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, it must have been a special moment for the fans. But as for you, it was a long set, a lot of travels. Do you have any special moments you'd like to share?
Obviously the New York one, but
So
each and
good.
every shows, it means a lot because people are coming out and when you go somewhere and you're like, oh, there's a choice of 4 or 5 DJs, let's go and buy a ticket for that. Someone's coming specifically to see you do what you're trying to tell your story to them, which means a lot. People, it's not many people have got a shit ton of money just to spend on whatever show they want to go to and fly around, and people do travel around, so the level of appreciation I've got is like there's no words to even describe that, what I feel towards kind of the people who do come and watch and get into it. So it is a great honour to be able to do that and to get booked for these shows. And I love to tell a story from the start to the end, as I've just said, and I feel like for me personally, I just enjoy being on the dance floor. I enjoy the music there. The visuals like section of the industry is amazing. It's great at what them are doing. But if you want my personal opinion, I like being in a dark warehouse with just simple lights and just people there for the music. That's what I've been brought up on, and that's where I'll always stand within the industry. I get what people are doing, I get the big festivals, and of course you want to be in between them because you can showcase yourself a little bit on there, and then you can drag some more people over to an open to closed set to show a different side of you as a DJ and a producer. It's all about telling your personal story, but those open to closed sets do mean a lot, and I really do love just like kind of setting the tone for the night and taking that person on a journey. There's always someone at the front who's giving it this after half an hour, like, no, like, you've been out since 2 in the afternoon, bro, you're not going to be here in another hour, like, calm down, but that's how it is, and it's great to even interact with them people. as I say, the words can't describe how much it all means to me to be able to do those open to close sets.
It was really special because like I was there, like I witnessed it from the back, like right there on the side, and it's like
Is this a
something
99
special
Scott
about-
one or?
I went to, yes. So it was really special to just see, and I feel like with that and without all the crazy stuff and stage and production, people are really present.
Yeah. The crazy thing about it is, you know, if you go out to a club, say it's open from 10 till 4, you find people that start coming in 12, 12:30, 1 a.m. And people are getting in really early to understand the deeper side of things. And it's great. Like, I go in with, it's going to be empty for the first hour or two. So I'll play some really kind of, and you can see people are really, they're like, they want some a bit more, which allows me to play some really cool deep house groovers and really, like, kind of set the tone and play music I would never ever like dream of playing, but I still really like, you know. And I've grown up in a house where everybody's into music, the household, from my dad, my mum, my brother, sister, they're all into music. And I went to like the shenanigan, it's all in every interview, you know, and the DJs, the different DJs that then booked would also be a big influence. And so you can kind of touch on everything that you've been brought up, like listening to and doing as a DJ or wanting to be that DJ, you know, like that's your end goal, and you can then kind of express yourself through them. They are really entertaining to do, but they do get tiring, as you say, with the traveling and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember we'd done San Francisco, I think that was like 4 or 5 hours on maybe a Tuesday night for Halloween. Then I had to go to Toronto for a 7-hour set on the Thursday, then to Boston for a 4 or 5 hour on the Friday, then back to Toronto for 7 hour on the Saturday. And by the Sunday, honestly, if someone had said spell your name, I would have been.
You're like,
yeah, just get me up there.
Like CH? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I respect your work, but
Yeah.
that's amazing. And also going back to your EP, but not only your EP, you've done a lot of collaborations.
Yeah.
All 4 of yours in the EP were.
Yeah.
How do you ensure keeping your artistic vision while allowing space for your collaborators?
I mean, the collaborations, I look at people and they come to me with ideas and things like that, and I'm open to listening to everything, because I just want the music industry to keep progressing. I want people to be like, oh, that's different, and people to push the boundaries, you know, that's what it's all about. But the collaboration side of things, it's great to see what other people are doing and how other people do things, because it's all personal preference. You know, I get asked a lot of questions about what DAW should I be on or anything like that. I'm like, whatever you are most comfortable with, because it's the end product which is what you should be like concentrating on. So if you work better looking at Logic, then fair enough. If you work better looking at Ableton, fair enough. Fruity Loops, whatever your preference is, that's cool. It doesn't mean that your track's going to be better because you use a specific DAW, you know. And that's what everybody's like kind of thinking, and it's not the case. And I like to see how people do. I remember I sat in like Eric's studio and I was showing him certain things how I produce, and he was going, so that's a Newcastle way. And I was going, I used to do it. I was like, well, is that the Stockholm way, you know? It's kind of like, it's just eye-opening to see how other people do it. And I read I think it was an interview with Funk Agenda years ago, and he actually said, like, there's no way on earth that anybody will ever understand or ever know everything about producing, because there's always something that someone else can teach you, do you know what I mean? Which is a fascinating thing if you think about it, you know. You look at certain subjects, actual academic subjects, and it's rigid, that's, you can't shift from that. But music, there's like, it just holds no bars, you know, anything can happen, yeah. So it's really good to see. And so collaborations, as I say, yeah, it's a great thing to see what other people are doing, but I get a lot of inspiration from that as well, you know, like, okay, like he's touching on a bit for me, like maybe a tougher drums or anything like that. Maybe I should try and do something a bit tougher, you know. And whether I ever think about releasing it, I don't know, but I like to keep my mind moving, and I like to try and write a track every week. And if I don't do that, then it's kind of like, what are you actually doing? You're wasting your time, yeah. Like, granted, there is certain areas and certain weeks where you haven't got that time, or you just haven't got that energy or inspiration to sit down and write something, and you've got to remember that you are a creator, you know. Like, imagine going to someone saying you've got to go and paint a new picture today, like with a blank canvas, or you've got to write a book today, you know. Like, it's the same equivalent of that. And I think it does get bypassed a bit with producers and stuff like that, because people just think there's some sort of machine. Granted, some are, you know, like Calvin and all that, just a hit maker, you know. But like, that's amazing for them. Like, that is, I mean, I've sat and looked at Eric's USBs before, and there's just hundreds and hundreds of records where I'm like, and no one's ever even heard them. He's like, I don't know, but these guys are absolute geniuses. Like myself, I just try and work and work and work to be the best I can. So, like my family, friends, loved ones, like looking and can turn around and say that they're proud of me and what I'm trying to do.
That's beautiful.
Awesome.
And I'm sure you run into those kind of artistic blocks or just moments that you feel like you just can't make anything good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do you do? And he's like, yeah, all the time, every day. What do you do in those moments to kind of either reset or re-inspire yourself?
I've got asked this the other day by a DJ, and they were asking some questions, and I was like, you've got to, like, I would get at myself a lot. You know, you need to do this. There's somebody else going to come and take your spot, aim at what you're doing, and you've just got to understand that. Look, you're in this world, and not everyone can be 100%, like every single time. You know, you've just got to just understand that for starters, and also what I try and do now is like I'll try and write a total different style of music. So I'll write something maybe more towards the pop world or R&B or hip hop. Just to take to take myself completely out of that, because you pick up tricks of sampling and things like that, which you can then reproduce and use in the more house and techno world, you know. And look, I write some absolute fucking shit. I really do. I can't deny that, you know. And it's just like you wake up and you go to bed one night and you're all tired and you're exhausted and you're like, that sounds like really, really good. I can't wait to start that in the morning. You go to bed really happy and you jump up early and you press play and you're like, whose ears was I listening to like last night? Because it's really bad. But everywhere I look, every single artist out there has the same kind of experience. So it is just one of those things.
Yeah. No, you've worked with a lot of people before. Are there some folks on that list that you haven't collaborated with yet, but that you'd love to?
Sure, like, I don't want to sit here and tell the list because, you know, like, you know how it is. People be like, oh, he's going to do this with someone. But like, there's a lot of vocalists out there. There's a lot of acts out there. There's a lot of other DJs out there who I would love to collaborate with. Whether it comes to fruition or not, who knows? Like, fingers crossed. But I'm not going to just focus just solely on that, because sometimes you do get, and it's not like it's not that it just maybe doesn't fit with them, or they don't have the time. And you've got to understand that this isn't, it's like not somebody saying that you're really poor at what you do or anything like that. And hopefully some of them will come off and you'll see some of them. But I'm happy with the people I'm working with at this moment in time. Yeah.
And for a lot of the producers and artists that are starting out there, what type of advice do you have for them to continue to create and create longevity in the music business?
Longevity is a really good word. Don't chase the new fad because it changes. I mean, I'm watching things at this moment in time, and my personal opinion is there's been a couple where like it's bubbled up and it's become huge and it's went down within 12 months, which is quite unheard of within the music scene. You see it grow and it sits there for a couple of years and then it fades by. Maybe that's the whole social media thing and how people are that, like, it's that accessible. Someone can enjoy it, oversaturate it, move on to the next thing. Who knows? I'm not quite sure on all of that. But you've got to be true to who you are. You've got to be, you've got to do what you want to do. You can't let someone dictate what you want to do, because at the end of the day, if you do end up doing a track and you do end up doing a certain type of music and you're not believing it from your heart, then you're going to stand on stage and it's an English term. I don't know if it's just a northern term, but you're going to have a face like a smacked arse. So you're going to stand there like, and I know I'm not the most interactive DJs or anything like that, but I'm really into what I do. But you're going to be so moody that you're playing music that you don't actually believe in or want to play. So you've sold your soul to the devil, really. Do you know what I mean? And it'll come if you believe in yourself. And I read something a while ago, and it's like, if you don't believe in yourself, how are you going to get others to believe in you? And it's a perfect kind of motto for people who are coming through who'd like to listen to.
Yeah, that's good advice.
And subculture on Consequence of Society.
Yeah.
Stream that. Could you share us your journey of being the head of the label?
So the label was always, like, the name behind the Consequence of Society is about the consequence of the society which I was brought up in. So that's why I'm into the music I am. That's why I produce the music I do. That's why I listen to the music that I do, everything else. And it's always been a case where I would really like to build myself to a certain level to help nurture through other artists. I think that there would be one of the most rewarding things possible within the industry. And I also think a lot of bedroom DJs and producers are overlooked because they haven't had a hit. So if I can help that and like get their names out there, whatever, like that would be perfect. I had the same option, I had the same opportunities that them had, and luckily some of my music fell into the right hands. And if I come across a good piece, like a good piece of music or a track or whatever, like I want to put it out. So Subculture was about artists, not so much who are right in everybody's faces, but artists who I believe it, who are going to make like something of them. Yeah, you've got Wesker and Charles and people like that who are already established artists, and they're grown artists and they're amazing. But there's other ones out there like Michael Anthony, Dimmoth K and all that. And I know Dimmoth's had some releases, but they're not coming through. Like Lucio, who's on the boat, he's a great DJ, he's a great artist, you know, like Ads, Harry Diamond, everybody like that, you know. And it's just an honour to have them to actually put the trust of their music in me. I know what music is to people. It is their baby, you know, and for them to put the trust within me, that's great. And I really want to build a label and be able to put music out there to help showcase what these people can do, because I really do think they're a serious talent.
For people that are looking to send music your way, like what are some of the things you're looking for?
Honestly,
listen.
If I like it, it's the same as DJ sets. If I like it, I'll play it. If I like it, I'll like. If it's fitting into where I'm taking the label, I'll sign it. It doesn't have to be like something kind of drive and melodic. It could be quite, I don't know, more towards the Anjuna side of things. It could be even in the Afro lane. I would like something. If I like it, I'll take it. But I don't want to say if I like it, I'll sign it, because I can like music and it's just got to be right. Otherwise, I'll be releasing music every single day. You oversaturate your label, then that artist doesn't get what them deserve, like promotion-wise. So I've got to think clever, and I've got to think of it as a label head, rather than just like, oh, I really like that, I'll still may take it and play it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, look, I really want to grow the label. I really want to kind of make it a brand, and then start hopefully putting on my own parties. And then these like DJs can come in and play that. So then we create this community where everybody comes and they know what they're getting with everything that's in there. And it's just somewhere where people can escape reality and just go and enjoy themselves. There's no seriousness in there. There's no like, oh, let's look at the visuals and stand there. They go simply for the music, and the venue's correct and everything, like from front of house all the way to the DJs, everything's going to be spot on. That's the grand aim of everything.
What's your definition of success, and do you feel like you've accomplished that?
Oh. Definition of it, I ain't got a clue. For me personally, as I said earlier, I just want those who I love and care about in life to be able to look and be like, that's my brother, that's my son, that's my uncle, that's my friend, that's my boyfriend, whatever, you know, like that's just kind of my aim, and it always has been. It's always been like a really major goal for people to, I don't know, be proud of how hard we actually work, because the industry's hard, like with the travelling and the writing and the no sleep. And you know, a lot of people just look and see a picture or video of you online for 10 seconds and be like, oh, that looks amazing. Like, all right, well, you come and join me for 5 days. Yeah, exactly, you know. But yeah. What was the end of the question?
So, do you feel like they have told you they're proud of
succeeded? Look, I've set out some goals for my life, and yeah, I've got some of them. I haven't got a lot of others. Maybe at the end of it all, I can look back and be like, you've done well there, you give it your best shot. But halfway through, I'm not that type of person who's going to step aside and be like, oh, you're doing very well here, because you're taking your eye off the final goal in my eyes.
Yeah. What are 3 words that those closest to you would use to describe you?
Jeez. I'm trying to think like what my mum and my sister would say. My mum would probably say cheeky for starters.
Cheeky.
Yeah. I would like to hope that they would say caring and loyal. Yeah.
I love that. And any words for your fans that have been supporting you all this time?
Thank you, as always, so much for all the support. Long may it continue. You're going to see some good things this year, I hope. There's something big coming real soon. Announcements coming very soon, I shall say. I don't know when this is going out.
Maybe like a month.
But yeah, well, it should already be out. I would hope it's
out now.
It's all right. You should see what it is. But yeah, let's keep going at the gigs and let's all keep meeting up and creating this community, because I think the community's key, what we're creating here. Like, everybody seems to know each other, speak to each other online, and everyone now has got friends around, not just America, but around the world who you can be in contact with. And I just think that's the power of music. And I really think that's like an amazing thing.
Amazing. Well, we're really excited to have you on this ship.
Thank you.
Shandy told me she's been putting your name on the survey every year
she
since
has.
she's been here.
Yeah.
So you're here. You're also one of my favorite artists
Thank
on
you
the
very
ship.
much.
So we can't wait to see the rest of your sets and everything.
Awesome. Thank you very much for having me.